Hello and welcome back. What lessons on tactical error under pressure, the cost of communication failure, and the brilliance of deception and improvisation does the case of Poonch link up and the Batar Nala operations provide? Your answer to this question would help the examiner to assess whether you understand operational art in mountain warfare. More importantly, the facts you learn here can help you frame answers to questions on surprise and deception, military civil coordination, mission command, engineer role in combat, ISR driven tactical awareness. My advice to the examinees is think of this not just as an operation, think of it as a case study to answer multiple kinds of operational questions. Let's begin with these multiple kinds of operational questions. Tactical decision or strategic error. Could the destruction of Batar Nala Bridge be justified? From the garrison's perspective, yes. It was intended to deny the enemy a critical crossing. But from the operational perspective, it was a strategic failure. The bridge's destruction delayed Indian reinforcements and nearly jeopardized the entire Poonch relief operations. Why? Because there was no coordination between the static garrison and the advancing column. The key point for the exam is that this episode underscores the tension between tactical denial and operational continuity. Examiners may ask, can you distinguish between immediate tactical gain and the broader operational cost? The absence of real time communication converted a defensible act into a strategic misstep. This is clear lesson in the need for jointness and shared situational awareness, two essentials in modern conflict. Strategic significance of Poonch link-up operations. Poonch had been isolated and under siege since late 1947, supplied only by air. The Indian Army's successful ground link-up in 1948 under Operation Easy broke this year-long blockade. Strategically, it stabilized the frontier and prevented Pakistan from consolidating its gains in the Poonch-Rajouri sector. It also enabled safe evacuation of civilians, boosted troop morale, and denied the enemy their psychological edge. An examination tip: use this when asked about mountain link-up operations, military civil integration, or defending isolated garrisons. It also showcased the Indian Army's capability to coordinate mountain maneuvers, maintain logistic endurance, and employ tactical deception even under resource constrained and high altitude conditions. There may be a short answer fact recall question. An example could be bridging the gap. After the Batar Nala Bridge was mistakenly destroyed, what did the RB do? Engineers quickly assessed the gap and began constructing a temporary footbridge under direct enemy fire. Artillery and infantry units provided covering fire throughout. Field improvisation was key. Personnel and light equipment crossed manually. Mules and civilian porters were mobilized to ferry supplies. And importantly, the army used deception, false airdrops, and diversionary activities to distract enemy attention from the actual link-up effort. From examiner's angle, Expect a what would you do if type of question. Be ready to explain how engineer units, logistics, and deception can salvage tactical setbacks. Conceptual linkage question. Tactical action versus strategic outcome. This episode reinforces a core military planning truth. Tactical actions must align with strategic objective. The burning of the bridge, though tactically sensible, disrupted operational momentum. Why? Because there was no integrated picture, no common operational framework between the garrison and the advancing force. This brings out the need for mission command, where junior leaders act with full awareness of strategic intent, and the need for real time ISR to prevent compartmentalization of effort. And advice, when asked about decision making under uncertainty, emphasize the cost of operating without shared understanding across all levels. It also highlights that field engineering, adaptability, and improvisation are not support functions. They are critical capabilities in mountain and high altitude warfare. A question about surprise and deception. How did the Indian Army achieve surprise in the Poonch link up? Through deception, not brute speed. Indian forces used diversionary airdrops and faint thrusts toward Kotli and other sectors. These decoys tricked the enemy into reinforcing the wrong areas. Meanwhile, the real advance came via the rugged terrain of Pir Badeshwar, a route the enemy wasn't prepared to defend. This operation proves that surprise isn't always about stealth. It's often about managing enemy perception. Deception combined with terrain advantage opened a narrow window to close the seas. A tip for your examination. This is your example when the question is give a case where India used deception to compensate for numerical or positional disadvantage. Did the Batar Nala demolition represent a failure of operational art? Yes. Operational art is about aligning tactical actions with strategic ends. The bridge destruction broke that alignment. A garrison, unaware of the relief column's location, acted without the bigger picture. The result? Delay, risk, and lost tempo. What could have been done? A pre-briefed garrison, real-time LISO, and a functioning communication loop. Operational art isn't just grand planning. It's about timing, anticipation, and inter-unit awareness. A tip, if the question is, where did India fail in operational art? This is your go-to example. Always follow it with the corrective. Joint command structure, ISR, and operational level awareness at tactical notes. The Batar Nala episode is a textbook case, not of defeat, but of an avoidable delay. For India's current and future mountain warfare, especially in theatres like Ladakh, Sikkim, and Arunachal, the lesson remains crystal clear. Tactical decisions must match operational goals. Communication is not optional, it is survival. Engineers, logistics, and deception are not support, they are battlefield enablers. Improvisation is essential, but it should not supplement, not replace planning. Mission command works only when intent is clearly transmitted downwards. For those preparing for staff college entrance exam, this episode would help you answer not just one but many questions. Think beyond what happened, focus on what could have been done better. That's the mindset of a future commander, and that's what the examiner is really looking for. With this, I come to the end of today's episode. I will post the PDF of the slides which I have used on our Telegram channel. The link I will put it in the description. You're requested to please like, share, and comment. Keep working hard. All the best. Jai Hind.